Your mind is a storm, constantly moving, constantly thinking, constantly jumping from one thought to the next. And you've been told that meditation will calm it, that if you just sit quietly, the storm will pass. But it doesn't. It gets louder, more chaotic, more overwhelming. And Ibn Arabi knew why. He said, "You cannot stop the storm by fighting it. You stop it by finding the eye, the still point at the center. And reaching that still point doesn't require hours of practice. It requires one simple shift, one ancient technique that most people have never been taught. You sit down to meditate. You close your eyes, and immediately thoughts arrive. What did I forget to do? What's happening tomorrow? Why can't I focus?" And you try to push them away. Try to force your mind to be quiet. But the more you push, the louder it gets. Because the mind, by nature, thinks. That's what it does. Ibn Arabi said trying to stop thoughts is like trying to stop waves. It's futile. It's exhausting. And it misses the point entirely. Because meditation isn't about stopping thoughts. It's about changing your relationship with them. It's about finding the witness, the part of you that observes thoughts but isn't consumed by them. And the key to finding that witness, that still point, is something you're already doing, right now, without thinking about it, without effort. Your breath. Ibn Arabi taught that breath is the bridge, the connection between your physical body and your awareness, between the outer world and the inner. And when you bring your attention to your breath, when you simply observe it without changing it, something shifts. The mind, which was scattered across 1,000 thoughts, begins to gather, to focus, to settle, not because you forced it, but because you gave it something to anchor to. This is the secret. This is what most meditation teachings miss. They tell you to clear your mind, to think of nothing, but they don't tell you how. And Ibn Arabi did. He said, "Place your awareness on your breath, not to control it, not to change it, but to watch it, to feel it, to become intimate with it. Because in that watching, in that feeling, the mind naturally calms, not through effort, but through attention. So let's begin with the foundation. The first step. Sit comfortably. It doesn't matter how. On a chair, on the floor, against a wall. Just make sure your spine is straight, not rigid, not stiff, but upright. Because when the spine is aligned, energy flows freely. And when energy flows freely, the mind settles more easily. Close your eyes. And for the first few moments, don't try to do anything. Don't try to meditate. Don't try to relax. Just sit. Just be. And notice what arises. Thoughts will come. Sounds will come. Sensations will come. And that's okay. You're not trying to stop any of it. You're just noticing. Now, bring your attention to your breath. Feel the air as it enters your nostrils. Cool, subtle. Notice how it travels down, how your chest or belly expands. And then feel the exhale. Warm, gentle, releasing. Ibn Arabi called this simple awareness the first gate. Because in this awareness, you're no longer lost in thoughts. You're present. You're here, watching, witnessing. And the more you return to the breath, the more the mind begins to quiet. Not because you're suppressing thoughts, but because you're no longer feeding them with attention. Thoughts are like children seeking attention. When you engage with them, when you follow them, they multiply. But when you simply observe them and return to your breath, they lose power. They fade, and what remains is presence. Pure, simple, aware presence. This is the state Ibn Arabi called muraqabah, watchfulness, the practice of observing without judgment. without attachment, without resistance, just watching, like watching clouds pass through the sky. They come, they go, and you remain, still, present, aware. Now we move to the second step, conscious breathing. You've been observing your natural breath. Now you're going to deepen it. Slowly inhale through your nose, not forcefully, not dramatically, just deeper than before. Fill your lungs completely. Feel your belly expand, your chest rise, and then exhale slowly through your mouth, letting go, releasing. With each inhale, imagine you're drawing in light, peace, stillness. With each exhale, imagine you're releasing tension, worry, noise. Ibn Arabi taught that conscious breath is not just physical. It's energetic. It's spiritual. Every inhale is an invitation. Every exhale is a surrender dot. Do this for several minutes. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And as you breathe, notice how your body begins to relax, how your shoulders drop, how your jaw softens, how the tension you didn't even know you were carrying begins to dissolve. This is not imagination. This is physiology. Deep, slow breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for rest, for healing, for calm. And as your body calms, your mind follows, because body and mind are not separate. They are connected, and breath is the link. But Ibn Arabi knew something deeper. He said that breath is not just air. It's life force. It's divine presence moving through you. Every breath you take is a gift, a reminder that you're alive, that you're connected, that you're held. And when you breathe with awareness, when you feel the sacredness of each breath, something shifts inside. You stop feeling separate. You stop feeling alone. You start feeling connected to yourself, to the source, to everything. Now we enter the third step, stillness beyond breath. You've been observing your breath. You've been deepening it. Now you let it go. You stop controlling it. You let it flow naturally. And you simply rest in the stillness, the space between breaths. Ibn Arabi called this the doorway, the threshold between the physical and the spiritual, between doing and being. In this space, you're not trying to meditate. You're not trying to achieve anything. You're just here, present, aware, existing. And in this stillness, something remarkable happens. You begin to notice that you are not your thoughts. You are the one watching your thoughts. You are not your body. You are the awareness inhabiting your body. You are not your emotions. You are the space in which emotions arise and pass. This realization, this shift in identity, is what Ibn Arabi called the awakening. The moment when you recognize that you are not the storm. You are the sky in which the storm happens. And the sky is never disturbed. No matter how violent the storm, the sky remains vast, open, peaceful. Stay in this state for as long as you can. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20. There's no rush, no goal, no achievement to unlock. You're simply being. And in that being, you're accessing the deepest part of yourself, the part that has always been still, that has always been at peace, that has always known who you are. Ibn Arabi said that this state is your natural state. You haven't created it. You've uncovered it. You've remembered it. And the more you return to it, the more it becomes your default. Not just during meditation, but throughout your day. Now, let's go deeper. There's a practice within the practice. A technique Ibn Arabi taught to his advanced students. As you sit in stillness, as your breath flows naturally, begin to internally sound a word. Not out loud, silently, in your mind. or deeper, in your heart. The word can be anything sacred to you: peace, light, truth, or simply the sound of breath itself. Some traditions use specific syllables, but Ibn Arabi said the word doesn't matter as much as the intention, the devotion, the longing behind it. So choose a word, and with each inhale, silently sound it. With each exhale, release it. Let the word merge with your breath. Let it become your breath. And after some time, the word will begin to repeat itself. Without effort, without intention, it will echo in the silence. And you'll realize you're not doing it anymore. It's doing itself. This is what Ibn Arabi called the living remembrance. When meditation becomes effortless, when presence becomes natural, when you're no longer meditating, you're being meditated. And in this state, you may experience things that are difficult to describe. A sense of expansion, as if your awareness is growing beyond your body. A feeling of light, subtle but unmistakable. A deep peace, not the absence of emotion, but a peace that holds all emotion without being disturbed by it. Ibn Arabi said these are not hallucinations. These are not imagination. These are real experiences of the soul, glimpses of your true nature, brief moments when the veil thins, and you see what has always been there, waiting, watching, loving. But don't chase these experiences. Don't make them the goal, because the moment you chase them, they disappear. They arise naturally. When you're ready, when you're open, when you're truly present. Ibn Arabi warned against spiritual greed, the desire to have experiences, to feel special, to achieve states. He said the greatest state is no state. The highest achievement is no achievement. Just presence, just awareness, just being. Now gently begin to return. Bring your attention back to your breath. Feel your body. Notice the weight of your body against the surface beneath you. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Slowly, very slowly, open your eyes. And as you open them, notice that the world looks the same, but you feel different, calmer, clearer, more present. This is the gift of meditation. Not escape, not transcendence, but presence. Deep, embodied, aware presence. And this presence, this stillness, it doesn't have to end when you stand up. Ibn Arabi taught that true meditation is not something you do for 20 minutes. It's something you carry with you, into your conversations, into your work, into your relationships. It's a way of being, a way of moving through the world, where you're always aware, always present, always connected to the stillness within. So how do you maintain this? How do you keep this awareness alive throughout your day? Ibn Arabi gave simple guidance. Pause. Throughout your day, pause. Stop whatever you're doing and take 3 conscious breaths. Feel them, really feel them. This takes 10 seconds, but those 10 seconds reset you. They bring you back to presence, back to awareness, back to stillness. Do this multiple times a day, after meetings, before meals, when you feel stressed, when you feel scattered. Just pause, breathe, return, and over time, this practice will transform you. Not dramatically, not overnight, but gradually, gently. You'll notice that you react less, that you're less triggered by things that used to bother you, that you're more patient, more compassionate, more at peace, not because you're suppressing emotions, but because you're no longer identified with them. You're the awareness in which they arise, and from that awareness, you respond instead of react. You choose instead of being chosen. Ibn Arabi also taught the practice of evening reflection. Before you sleep, sit for a few moments and review your day. not to judge, not to criticize, but to observe. When did you lose presence today? When did you get caught in thoughts, in reactions, in emotions? And when did you find stillness? When were you present? When were you aware? This reflection is not about perfection. It's about awareness. Because awareness itself transforms. You don't need to fix anything. You just need to see it. And seeing changes everything. There's one more practice Ibn Arabi considered essential. Gratitude. Before you sleep, after your reflection, bring to mind 3 things you're grateful for. Not grand things. Simple things. The breath in your lungs. The roof over your head. The person who smiled at you. Gratitude shifts your focus. From what's wrong to what's right. From what's missing to what's present. And in that shift, the heart opens. The mind softens. And you fall asleep in a state of peace. In a state of connection. In a state of remembrance. Ibn Arabi said that meditation is not separate from life. It's not an escape from the world. It's a way of being in the world, fully, completely, presently. And when you meditate, when you practice this awareness, you're not just helping yourself. You're helping everyone around you. Because peace is contagious. Presence is magnetic. When you're truly present, people feel it. They relax around you. They open up. They become more themselves. And without saying a word, you've changed the energy of the space you're in. So commit to this practice. Not as a chore. Not as another thing on your to-do list. But as a gift. A gift you give yourself. Every day. Even if it's just 5 minutes. Even if it's just 3 breaths. Show up. Sit down. Close your eyes. And return home. To the stillness within. To the awareness that's always been there. To the peace that never left. You've just forgotten it. And meditation is the remembering. The return. The homecoming. Ibn Arabi's final teaching on meditation was this. You are not learning something new. You are remembering something ancient. Something you've always known. Deep in your soul. Before words. Before thoughts. Before identity. You were awareness. Pure, simple, unbounded awareness. And that awareness is still here. Still present. Still watching. Still waiting. For you to recognize it. To return to it. To rest in it. And when you do, you realize that you are never separate. You were never lost. You were never broken. You were always whole. Always home. Always held. In the vast, infinite, eternal stillness. That has no beginning. And no end. You are that stillness. And meditation is simply the practice of remembering.